This is day 275 of Zohar Pshat, and we are on Daf Lamed Beis, the last paragraph, Reshis Balokim, and it starts Reshis Balokim. Rosa the Reshis Arisosechem. Reshis Balokim Megina created. This is the secret of Reshis Arisosechem, the first of your dough. Challah Torimu Truma. As a challah, you should lift it up as a tithe. And this is a medrash also in Reshis Rabbah, which says that. B'schus shlosha dvarim nivra olam. And the merit of three things was created. B'schus challah, the merit of challah, b'schus maisrus, tithing in general, b'schus bikurim, the first fruits. And the Ramban brings down this medrash, Rabbeinu B'chai brings down this medrash, and they explain them kabbalistically. It says all these mitzvahs. I'm looking at Rabbeinu B'chai right now. Ramban says something similar. All mitzvahs have one approach to them, and they all have to allude to the unity of chachma, which is called reshis. He says also the word rashis in Targum Yerushalmi means b'chuchmasa, with chachma. The mitzvah bikurim has to do with unity and also meiser, because bikurim is the first fruit. Meiser is, let's do it 10, but 10 reveals the power of 1. That's why Yud is the small dot. We'll have to come back to it at some point. I don't know if today. And challah is a unique mitzvah with dough. We have no other mitzvah to do with the dough. So these are all, but I think there's more than that. In other words, later on I'm going to see with Adam Rishon. Adam Rishon is considered to be chalosa shel olam, whereas the world was kind of like a dough, and Adam was made from the dough, and he is the challah of the world. So the idea is that the unity of the world is achieved by taking part of the world, whether it's bikurim or meiser or challah, and devoting it back to Kodesh Baruch Hu, taking that which is created in this world, either by Hashem, if you're referring to Adam, or by us, if you're referring to crops and produce, and you are giving it back to Kodesh Baruch Hu at various different stages. Bikurim, as the fruit is growing. Meiser, as you're tithing the grain which you've already harvested, and challah as you're making the dough finally in order to make the bread. So at all these stages we reciprocate to Hashem and give back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and that shows our chachma, because Reshis chachma yiras Hashem. Chachma is to be have this cognizance, awareness, and awe of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and say to Hashem, yeah, we recognize everything comes from you. So, the chachma ilah, the rashis. So this is actually the chachma on high, which is rashis. And I think the interesting idea here is the chachma ilah is that specifically that Kodesh Baruch Hu created the world with this reciprocity, that we're able to, so to speak, give back to Kodesh Baruch Hu. And that's the idea. Otherwise, the whole world would be na'am but kisufa. You know, the word that the Mekubalim say that we are given Torah mitzvahs in order that it should not be bread of embarrassment when we get rewarded to world to come. So it's interesting that challah is the mitzvah associated with making bread. In other words, how is it not bread of embarrassment if you give challah? If you so to speak, give back to Kodesh Baruch Hu. You give HaKadosh Baruch Hu back from what you have in this world. That is the Chachmei Law, which created Bereshis, which is the basic building block of creation. Why there's a physical world to begin with, for us to use and give back, so to speak, to Kodesh Baruch Hu. Beis of the Alma. This is the Rashis came to be manifest in the house here below, which then we had a lot of these things already before. The Shakah, which gets irrigated, Mehu Nahar, from that river, the Ayo Bay Raza, in which the secret comes. See, then the river comes out from Eden, which is on high. Lashkosh Zagan to irrigate the garden, which is down here below. And this is the river which brings down everything from the highest world. And its rivers never cease, its waters never cease. To water our garden down here below. So it's always this flow coming down, with which we're supposed to recognize and say, "Wow, let's give something back." For Amkoilah by Beis Rishon Bereshis, and that the highest depth is the first Beis in Bereshis. Istaimu be Osvan. It is wrapped up. It's sealed in the letters, which come down, because we know in Kabbalah all the flow comes down in letters. the letters of the Aleph base. B'chashvu dokik in a very narrow pathway. The Gon is Gaveh, which is hidden within it. Now, evidently, there's the big river and there's a small pathway, and they're linked to each other. And the letters come down in the small pathway, which is enclosed, is enveloped in the big river. The big river is all the brachas which we get. The letters are the ways in which we deal with them in the abstract. In other words, with actually using our understanding of the world in order to try and connect through to davening, through learning, to all the things which we do with our mitzvahs, which have to do with words, which connect us to on high. And of course, since in Kabbalah we said many times, words are the atoms of creation, so therefore the shvil dak, the narrow lane of letters, sustains the entire larger river of flow. And from that depth, Napku train Chelin, come two powers. The Chsiv Es Hashamayim, and it says Es Hashamayim. Shamayim, look, it doesn't say heaven. Ela Hashamayim, the hay which comes from Shamayim, the hay which is the first hay in the Shem Hashem, which is the hand that gives, 5 fingers, the hand that gives. Migo Alma Umka the says Mikula, from that very hidden area on high comes down the giving hand of Hashamayim. The Esharetz, and also there's receiving hand, which also gives back, right? The hay of Haaretz. Stima do Afik L'Hayaretz, that the hiddenness comes down to this world. That's included in Shamayim, and it comes down here. V'nafku kechad, and it comes out as one. Mizdabku b'sitri, and in other words, they're connected. We know that the vav connects the hay and the hay on top and the hay below, so everything is connected and comes down connected to each other. When the illumination of the beginning of the entire Shamayim is illuminated, not lula, that's taken by the river, by the path. And they put it down here in its proper place. To see the S Oretz, and the S in both S Shamayim. Ves Aretz is the Aleph to Tov, all the letters. S, Hashemayim, Ves Aretz, right? And the Vav in the middle, S, Ves, as we mentioned already several times. There's connection of the letters on high, letters below. Shemayim above, Aretz below. Hey, giving hand. Hey, receiving hand. To see Ves Aretz, Ves Miklola, the Asvan, the Inun S. And all the totality of all the letters which are S, Kadis Adartha, Asadris Artha, when it comes down to the when the land returns it, Lemesa Basra, to put back in its place. Like I said before, like the mitzvah of Challah is Vispatrish Misitroy the Shamaim, and when it came down from Shemaim, have a tov v'vohe l'istaka b'Shemaim. The land was astonished and wondering, how are we going to connect back to Shamayim Kechada? Okay, so it's a good question, right? Obviously, the mitzvah Challah is part of that, and it's the mitzvah Challah also is part of that. But now the question is how that occurs, and it was wondering what's going to happen next. That we're going to see next time.